Football is about X's and O's, but really it's about mano a mano. Who's the best man, who can gut it out the longest and the toughest. And the way that you find that out, first and foremost, is by your team's conditioning program. We see a lot of teams around the country, in fact, all teams, have preseason conditioning programs. Well, we found a team with an intense, incredibly intense, in-season conditioning program that we're going to show you today on Clubhouse Gas. So, for you here at Whitfield, what is your focus on when you prepare your conditioning program?
Well, I really look at it from two aspects. I look at it as a prehab, because the better prepared they are, the less time they're going to be doing rehab with injury. So I look at it as a prehab. Also look at it as mental and physical strength and power and endurance. A lot of times I feel that we win a lot of our games in football in the fourth quarter because of the mental and physical preparation that these guys have put through all summer.
Have you seen success as far as reducing injuries?
I have. Thank goodness, besides some broken bones, we've had no injuries here, significant injuries. ACLs, knees, stingers, all those things are obsolete.
Is it just the stuff we see out here, or is there also weight training?
We do weight training. We lift 3 days a week, too, in season. We lift Saturday mornings. It's kind of a flushing day. We lift very heavy on Mondays, and we lift lighter on Wednesdays. And then we go this kind of stuff 2 days a week as well.
A lot of football programs have really hardcore conditioning programs preseason, but you don't see a lot of them doing this in season. Mm-hmm. Why is it important for you in season?
Well, I never like to maintain. I always like to climb during the season, and hopefully our opponents will continue maintaining, and then we can take advantage of the hard work the guys are putting in.
All right, let's walk through each of the drills, and you explain the drill and the purpose and the proper technique. So start with the tire flip.
There are various weights. They're between 225 and 325. It's great for a triple joint extension, the knees, hips, and ankles. It's very applicable to the sport of football, especially for the linemen, things like that. So it's lower body power is what it is. It's explosiveness.
All right. So what is the proper form for the tire flip?
Just to make sure that the hips and the shoulders rise at the same time. If your hips rise first, you're using too much back. So we ought to make sure that they're using their lower body to get the motion started with the lower body. In the summer and preseason, we used to do it in relay races and do it as fast as you can, flip them and cover as much ground as you possibly can. So there's a lot of upper body explosion as well. But today we just did as many as you could flip in a certain amount of time. Well, the tire pull is a lot. The analogy I like to use is a donut on a baseball bat. You're swinging with the donut on a baseball bat. The muscles are firing at that capacity. Then you take it off, and they still fire at that same capacity, but the bat is lighter. Same with the tires. You're running, and it gives you a good positive angle while running. And then when you remove it, your muscles are still firing theoretically at the same rate they were firing with the weight behind you. It's just not there, so thus increasing speed.
Is it just linear movement, or are there other kind of variations you can put on the drill?
Well, there are variations. Today we just ran in a linear pattern. The backs can run backwards. The quarterback can do his drop step for a certain amount of time. We had our lineman bear crawling today. There's a plethora. We do another thing where they have the tires, the ropes around their hands, and so they're lunge walking, so they're pushing at a 45-degree angle, our linemen, so it gets them into that punch. Sled drive is, they all have to work together. If one man on one end is working harder than the other, you're going to get a rotation, if you will. So we're trying to work in unison and build some team rapport there, and it is a tremendous amount of work. It's just the continuation of the foot movement, the wide base, and pushing a very heavy object.
A lot of people put their linemen on the sled, but talk about the importance of having your skill players on the sled as well.
Oh yeah, I mean they have to move just as explosively and shed people too. A receiver has to get rid of his guy and get down the field. Linebackers, that's what they do, is they run through people. So all of these exercises are developing lower body and core explosiveness. So whether they're going up for a pass or to defend or to block someone or to tackle someone, it's all applicable. Bucket carries, that's just old farmer's walk, and what we're doing is working on some grip, and again, that gets into the mental preparation. There are some physical aspects involved, but it's a tremendous amount of mental while carrying the bucket.
Gutting it out.
Oh, absolutely. The ladder drills is just where we move in linear and lateral and diagonal movements, and it's spatial awareness, foot speed, stride frequency, and things like that. So it just helps us a lot with the ability to get some fast feet.
Talk about the impact that these particular workouts have on the character of this football team.
You know, I think it's great. First of all, a team building, team bonding. We're out here all summer long. It's 98 degrees. It's just miserable. We're getting heat acclimated out here. They look over. They can trust their teammate because their teammate's doing the exact same thing that they're doing. So it's not, the quarterback is exempt or the receiver. Everybody's doing the same thing. And I think it's a good team building as well as the physical and mental aspects of doing these various drills.
Yeah, you talk about team building and everybody doing it together. I was very happy and a little bit surprised because of where I came from to look out during conditioning drills and see the head coach right in the middle of it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Coach Fields, and he does every single rep of every single fourth quarter we've done all summer for his first 2 years here. He does not miss. I mean, he pushes the guys. And when we do piggyback carries too up the various hills, different topographies around here, and he grabs the biggest guy out there and puts him on his back and takes off up the hill. So he's special, and the kids see him doing it, and it's not do as I say, it's do as I do.
Coach, why not just run sprints and hit them real hard in the weight room and maybe use some of the more specialized stuff? Why out here flipping tires and carrying buckets?
You know, that's a funny thing that you ask. I like to compare it to, say, a boot camp of the Marine Corps and surviving Parris Island, or even the Junction Boys back with Coach Bear Bryant. You know, they went out as boys and came back as men, and I feel like that's what these guys are doing here.